G'day mate, welcome back to the channel. I'm FPL Root and welcome back to another Euro 2024 fantasy video. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about Matchday 3. I am going to be playing my Limitless chip and it is active. So I'm going to build a Limitless draft for other people to use, for myself that I'm probably going to end up using. Before we do that though, I just want to say thanks everyone for supporting the Euros content. I really do appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed, please make sure you do, as it does help me out a lot, and smash a like on this video. We'll start off though with looking at the fixtures for Matchday 3. So it's a bit of a tricky one, to be honest, because this is being filmed before all the games in Matchday 2 are finished. So some teams, I don't know whether they're going to need to win in Matchday 3, whether they've already qualified, whether they've topped the group, whether they're completely out. I don't think they're going to be completely out because of that third place might get through to the next round. But yeah, for me, I'm going to talk about, I guess, some of the rotation in this video that might happen, some of the players that we can capitalize on, knowing that teams will rotate because they've topped the group, because they've already qualified. But just looking at the fixtures as they are without giving context, you'd have to say teams like Spain, who play Albania, very good fixture. France against Poland is a good fixture. England, Slovenia, good fixture for England. And Portugal against Georgia is probably one of the other key fixtures. Other than that, it's probably almost even. You could argue Belgium, Ukraine. Belgium going to have to win that game to go through. Also Netherlands, Austria. If Netherlands don't get a result against France, could be a tricky one. But overall, I think the teams we do want to target are Spain, England, Portugal, and Germany, if we can decide who is going to be starting. But without further ado, let's get into the team and I'll talk to you my decisions around that, who I think will be rotated and why I've gone for certain players. Let's get into it.
Yo, listen up, Rue is stepping up the game, where fantasy Premier League runs in his veins. From transfers to captains, he's always on top, guiding you through every game week non-stop. They say Rue got that Salah flow. Welcome to the channel, enjoy the show. Wild cards, free hits with so much vibe. If you're hunting for success, then make sure you subscribe.
So a team that I did actually forget to mention was Italy. So they did lose to Spain in Matchday 2. So it means they do need to get a result against Croatia in Matchday 3. And that's why I've gone for Donnarumma, the Italian goalkeeper. Italy are known kind of defensively as being a decent defensive team, although they haven't kept a clean sheet in this tournament. I do think Croatia really do lack attacking threat, to be totally honest with you. I know they've got Kramaric, they've got Perisic and players like that, Modric obviously as well, but I can definitely see Italy keeping a clean sheet in this one. They've only conceded 2 goals over the 2 games, so it's not like they're conceding loads. And I think with the unlimited budget and with Donnarumma being 6 million, I think it's a nice option to go for. Have that Croatia game. Italy are going to need to get a result in that game, and for me, yeah, I can see them beating Croatia. I've also gone for Jordan Pickford, which, to be honest, I don't love as an option, but I do think England are not going to change the way they play. I think they're going to still be playing pragmatic. I think they're going to go 1-0 up against Slovenia, 2-0 up, and just hold on for that. I don't think they're going to change the way they play at all. So, and the fact that they did draw against Denmark, they are probably going to go through. They're still top of the group, but I can't see them resting their goalkeeper. I don't see any need for that to happen. So for me, Pickford does start in this game, whereas the defence options, you could potentially see rotation. Maybe the likes of Walker could get rotated, and maybe Trippier comes in at right back, and Luke Shaw, if he's fit, goes left back. The midfield and potentially up front, you could potentially see rotation. But for me, Pickford's not getting rotated. In his first game, he got a clean sheet, 6 points. In his second game, he got 4 points with 2 save points. And for me, for 5 million, again, limitless ship, doesn't matter the price, but I think he is going to be a good option. And I think having cover for that England defence against Slovenia, who have done okay. They did okay against Scotland, but to be totally honest with you, I can't see them causing England any threat at all. Like I said, they got a goal against Denmark and a goal against Scotland, but against Serbia, sorry. But I can't see them causing any threat to to England. Anyway, let's get on to the midfield. Now we've gone on to the defence, and like I said, I did just mention Italy defence, and I have doubled up on them. I've gone for DiMarco, so a player that is very attacking. Yes, he hasn't kept a clean sheet so far in this tournament, conceding 2 goals, like I mentioned with Donnarumma, but he's got 8 ball recoveries in the game against Spain, which is another extra 2 points. And he was so unlucky against Albania in matchday 1 not to get an attack in return. So that's the reason I've gone for him against Croatia. Next up, I've gone for the double Netherlands defence. So I'm kind of banking on the fact that they lose to France and the fact that they're going to need a result against Austria. If they do get a point or even beat France, then I probably wouldn't be including any Netherlands players. But the fact that I think they're going to lose against France, I've gone for double defence. I've gone for Van Dijk at 6 million. Obviously, he is supposed to be on penalties. I think the Netherlands defensively are pretty solid. I know they conceded against Poland, but their defensive assets are just looking really, really good. They've got Ake, Dumfries, Van Dijk. Yeah, just ridiculous. They've got Van der Ven on the bench. They've got the guy that plays that De Ligt they've got as well. So I think the defence does look very, very solid. So that's why I've gone for Dumfries and Van Dijk. Dumfries, though, again, we haven't seen it yet because this has been recorded before the France game, but he is normally very, very attacking, and him playing in that wing-back system, I can see him causing Austria some threat. However, I do think Austria are actually decent, and that could be a tight game, which is why I haven't actually gone for any Netherlands midfielders or forwards. I have gone for defence, as I can definitely see a 0-0 in that game. Austria, pretty solid. Netherlands, pretty solid. So, yeah, that's why I've gone for the double Netherlands defence. This one, where it comes into rotation, Spain have already gone through. They've already topped their group as well. Grimaldo, I've got in here, who hasn't played in matchday 1 or matchday 2. He's 5 million, but I feel like he's going to come in for matchday 3. Cucurella has played very well for Spain so far, but I think they're going to rest a few players. They've topped their group. There's no need to kind of stress around with figuring out or risking anyone, I should say. But Grimaldo, who's been very, very attacking for Leverkusen this season, 10 assists, 5 goals in the league for them. And against Albania is a very, very good fixture. And Spain have been solid defensively this season. And you could argue rotation could see that change defensively. But I think Grimaldo, with his attacking threat, is worth going for. But obviously, we'd have to wait and see to see if he actually will play. But I think he will. Another player who I feel like will have something to play for in matchday 3, and it's not the best fixture for them. It's Belgium against Ukraine. I've gone for Castagna, 5 million. So this has been filmed before Belgium play Romania. So if Belgium draw, even if Belgium win against Romania, they did lose against Slovakia in matchday 1. So I feel like they're going to still need to get a result against the Ukraine, and there's no way they're going to risk kind of resting players for that game. So I've gone for Timothy Castagna. He has been shown as being very attacking. We've seen him in the Premier League be very attacking for Leicester. Didn't really do it against or when he played for Fulham last season, but for Leicester we know he can be very attacking, and for Belgium he does play in that wing-back role. And the fact that this is a limitless chip, it means you can bring in players that cost whatever price. It could be over 100 million. And normally I'd go for Wout Faes, who's 4 million, but the fact that I've got an unlimited budget, I have gone for the more attacking Belgium defender, and that is Castagna. Overall, I'm pretty happy with this defence. I think with the defence, it's probably the most you can use the limitless chip for. So with attack and midfield, I think that's, especially midfield, there's not really that many expensive midfielders. I think about maybe Kevin De Bruyne, Jude Bellingham, but other than that, I'm struggling to kind of pick a few players. Obviously, attack has expensive players: Mbappe, Kane, Cristiano Ronaldo, Lukaku. But defence, you don't really get the chance to bring in, I guess, 5 million plus defenders, and that's what I've gone for. They're all pretty attacking, or in Van Dijk's case, could be on penalties. So for that reason is why I've gone for pretty big in defence, and hopefully that does pay off. Let's get onto the midfield. So now we'll come on to the midfield where I guess things do change a little bit. It is heavily reliant on rotation. And this one is a bit risky, but I've gone for Anthony Gordon, a player that hasn't played any minutes for England so far in Matchday 1 or Matchday 2. But I feel like he has to get a game. I think England are just crying out for a bit of width on the left, and I think Gordon can bring that. He's 7.5 million. Like I said, he hasn't done anything this tournament, but I feel like with the fact that England are top of the group, they've got 4 points. Yes, I know they can't, I guess, afford to finish second, because if they do finish second, then they will end up playing Germany, which is not what you want. You don't want to be playing the host nation in the round of 16. So I do think there is going to be some rotation, but I can't see it being a lot. And I think Anthony Gordon does deserve to start a game. I think Foden out on the left hasn't looked good, to be honest. I think Foden is not a left winger. I think he can play there, but I don't think he's a left winger. He's better as a number 10 or on the right. And for me, I can see potentially Bukayo Saka getting rested and maybe Foden going out to the right and then Anthony Gordon playing on the left. I personally would put a midfield three of Rice, Bellingham and Gordon. I mean, Rice, Bellingham and Foden, and have Gordon and Saka on the wings. But obviously Gareth Southgate doesn't really want to do that, and I get it. It's you want to be assured in international tournaments. One mistake, one bad game, if you're open and the team scores a goal, it could be the end of the tournament. So I do get that. But I feel for this match day 3, I think Gordon does get a run in, and I think Saka gets a rest, and potentially someone like Jared Bowen does get a chance on the other wing, or even Foden. I've also gone for Leroy Sané, who has got minutes this tournament, but he got 27 in the first game and 32 in the second game. A player that is not first choice for Germany. He comes in at 7 million. And Switzerland is not an easy game at all. Switzerland have done very well this tournament, but I do think Germany are stronger than them, and I do think Germany will be resting quite a few players, knowing that they are through to the next round, and they probably will top the group. And I think Sane will come in. I think Musiala, Wirtz, Gundogan, definitely Gundogan will be rested. Maybe not Musiala and Wirtz, but I can definitely see Havertz getting rested as well up front. And I think Leroy Sané does come in and play somewhere. Next up, another player that I guess is only in because I think there will be a rotation. He played 23 minutes in match day 1 and 12 minutes in match day 2, but he did get a hat-trick in the last warm-up game before the tournament. It is Ayazabe. Obviously, I've probably said that name wrong, so forgive me. But I do think he'll play, and when he has played for Spain, he's scored goals. Like I said, he scored that hat-trick before the tournament did start, and I can see him doing some damage against that Albanian defence. I know Albania haven't looked too bad, to be honest with you, but Spain have looked very, very good, and especially attacking-wise, they've looked very, very good. Who knows, with rotation, that could not be great, that could be hindered, but I think they have enough with Fernan Torres coming to play, Ayo Zabal, and all the other players as well. I think they're going to have enough to cause Albania problems. Like I said though, Spain have qualified, so I think there will be a lot of rotation, but hopefully it doesn't affect their overall game, to be honest. Next up, Christian Eriksen. So a player that scored a goal, got 2 ball recoveries, and player of the match in the first game. Didn't do much against England, but Denmark are going to need to get a result in this last game against Serbia. They've got a chance to even win the group or probably come second. And I think they're going to want to come second with a win against Serbia. And Christian Eriksen, yes, he does play deeper than maybe he did for Denmark 6, 7, 8 years ago. But I still think he's a threat. He's going to be on set pieces. And like I said, yeah, I think Denmark do need to get a result in that game. So that's why I've gone for him. Also gone for Kevin De Bruyne for the reason of, like I said, with the defence with Castagna, Belgium are going to need a result. Even if they do beat Romania in match day 2, they're going to need a result against Ukraine in match day 3. And to be totally honest with you, I haven't been impressed with De Bruyne a lot of the season, going back into the Premier League. I haven't been impressed with him at international level at all. And to be honest, I think it's about time he does step up. He hasn't really done it for Belgium, I think, personally. I know the players around him are nothing like Man City players, but big players step up for their country. And Gareth Bale is steps up for his country. Wales have not got great players around them. He stood up for their country. They got to the latter stages of the Euros a few years ago. Ronaldo obviously does it now. Portugal have got better talent, but at the time in Euro 2016, they didn't really have that many good players. Big players do step up for their country, and yeah, Kevin De Bruyne is about time he did, and to be honest, hopefully he does, because I've got him in my team. Anyway, this midfield is probably heavily linked to rotation apart from Eriksen and De Bruyne, but I'm really happy to go in with this team. Obviously, if managers do come out and say Anthony Gordon starting, Eze starting, maybe Leroy Sané starting, maybe Fernan Torres is starting for Spain, then I will bring them into the teams. But for now, with all the information we have, I think this is the best midfield to go with. Let's get on to the forwards. So next up, we'll talk about the forwards. So we'll talk about Diogo Jota first. So again, this is being filmed before the Portugal-Turkey game. Diogo Jota played 27 minutes in matchday 1. And to be honest, I can see Portugal at least getting a draw in this matchday 2 game. So I think that will mean they'll rotate players against Georgia. And I think they're a much stronger team than Georgia as well. So for that reason, I do want to bring in a Portugal player. And for me, I feel like Diogo Jota will be playing number 9 instead of Cristiano Ronaldo in matchday 3. Like I said, he hasn't played this tournament, but those of you that watch the Premier League, we know Diogo Jota is a ridiculous finisher. When he plays, he scores. It's just simple as that. And for me, I think he will play in matchday 3 against Georgia. Kylian Mbappe's in as well, so it was a tough one with him. I was thinking to go for Harry Kane instead, or even someone else that is a bit out there. But I think Mbappe doesn't play against the Netherlands, and I think he plays against Poland. I think broken nose, yes, players can just snap it back in place, wear a mask, this and that. But why would they want to aggravate that even more? They've won their first game. Really, they only need a draw against the Netherlands to probably top their group. And for me, I don't think they're going to want to risk that. And I think he's not going to play against the Netherlands, and that means he'll be fit to kind of play in matchday 3 and just keep up that fitness. And yeah, Kylian Mbappe is Kylian Mbappe. Yes, he hasn't set the world alight so far, but it's only been 1 game. He got an assist. Austria, a tough team, but Poland, I can definitely see France scoring a few in that game. Also gone for Lukaku. This could go wrong if Romania do beat Belgium in matchday 2, but I can see Belgium getting a result. And to be honest, Lukaku has done it at international tournaments. He's done it for Belgium. He's the top goal scorer in qualifying for them. I think he's got to score goals, to be honest with you. And I think Belgium are going to turn it round. I know they didn't look that good. Well, they didn't look good at all, to be honest, against Slovakia in matchday 1, where they lost 1-0. But I think they will turn it around. They have got Romania in matchday 2 and then Ukraine in matchday 3. I think they will beat Romania, and then I think they're going to need to get a result against Ukraine in matchday 3. So that's why I've gone for Lukaku. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Do you think I guess, put all my eggs in a rotation basket? Am I bringing in players that are not that good, that need to win? For example, the Belgian players, maybe even Eriksen, you could argue. And have I kind of overdone the rotation aspect of matchday 3? Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Smash a like on this video, subscribe to the channel if you're new. I will be making content for every round, every match day. And yeah, good luck for the game week.